Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of AskGufish. Been a few days, I miss you guys. Since the last episode, we've covered the affordable side of gear. Why is there so much hype around this $190 Les Paul, the Firefly brand in general, and why is it so hard to get one? Then the plugin that everyone's been talking about, the Neural DSP Soldano SLL100. Does it still slap a week after everyone else has covered it? Yes, it does, and it's awesome. It's actually what I use for writing and for putting together quick riff ideas instead of the big amps. It is that good, or at least I like it that much. Links in the cards. If you missed those, you can check them out after this video. In the meantime, you guys had questions. Let's jump into them. Thoughts on the Epiphone Brendon Small GhostHorse Explorer? I want it. It looks so good. Talked to Epiphone about it. They're real excited for that one too. And actually, we covered this in an AskGufish episode a while ago. I think it was AMS that leaked all the spec and pricing details. I can't remember. They leaked it alongside the prophecies and the Nancy Wilson model in September, October of last year. And even before that, we knew it was coming thanks to that infamous Anderton's Nam video. Man, they really leaked a lot of shit with that. But yeah, so we've been hyped for this one for a while. It's finally been officially released. Months of waiting, you can finally pre-order it from Sweetwater Atonement. Now, if you're a late arrival to this hype train, Brendon Small of Metalocalypse fame is getting a signature GhostHorse Explorer, and it looks sick. Unlike Gibson, Epiphone is actually doing some fun shit with the classic shapes. Case in point, this GhostHorse, before this, the Prophecies. So this new Explorer is the iconic shape with modern modifications. Top-mounted Floyd 1000 series, updated cutaway for easy access to all 24 jumbo frets, matte back and sides for a sleeker feel, a flame top in Galacticon burst, which begs the question in general, where are the flame top Explorers? We need more of these for sure. It looks so good. And okay, not all of these are super modern features, like the Floyd's been around forever at this point, but an Explorer with a top mounted Floyd, has that ever been done before? At least on an Epiphone. Like the affordable side of things, I can't remember any. And it's so sick. Personally, I'm not a fan of full floating trems. They're fun to use, they're just not so much fun to maintain and set up. Top mounted is really cool though. You sacrifice the ability to do things like the dime squeal, but you still have the dive bombing capabilities, and they are much easier to maintain. The rest of the specs are great too. Bound mahogany body, mahogany neck, bound ebony fingerboard. All looks real classy with an Icarus spaceship on the 12th fret and on the back of the headstock. For whatever reason, they haven't bound the headstock like they have with the body and the fingerboard. I guess they thought this looked meaner? Not sure, and it's not a big deal either. Now, I can't quite tell if the body is a proper Explorer or an Extura like the Prophecy. From the website photos, I'm fairly certain it's using the Extura platform, but I can't tell whether that's just because of the deeper cutaway and the same access neck joint as the Prophecy that's making the body look thinner as well. But it does look slightly pointier. Unlike the Extura though, the control layout is more traditional, like the pickup selector is down by the horn, which is really cool. Goto tuners, Gibson USA burst buckers, thank goodness no Epiphone mud buckers. I mean, the thing looks real cool. I'll always prefer Les Pauls over Explorers, but dang, the more I look at this one, the more hyped I get. In the earlier days of this channel, I was fortunate enough to get Brendon Small's Snow Falcon signature on loan from Sam Ash for a video. Loved it. Still one of my favorite Epiphones to date. And I mean, we've checked out a lot of them together. Still waiting for the Snowhorse Explorer he teased back in like 2017. But in the meantime, I guess this GhostHorse will have to do. I'm kidding, this looks sick. The 24 frets and the top mounted Floyd are some really unique features for an Explorer. So it's one you can pick up even if you're not a fan of Brendon Small's and make your own. If it was an all white Snowhorse, you kinda couldn't do that. Even if you put in different pickups, that look, that's always still gonna be his guitar. Anyways, I've already asked Epiphone because this is one I'm really excited to make a video on. We'll see what they say. Hopefully you'll see it on the channel soon. In the meantime, what do you think of the GhostHorse? You hyped? You not hyped? And Epiphone have been doing some awesome stuff lately. How would you rank the GhostHorse in the context of their recent releases? Would love to know what you're thinking in the comments. Before we jump into the next question, I want to give a massive shout out to Alex Osbourne and the rest of the incredible patrons who make it possible for this channel to survive. You guys are awesome, and I want to make sure everyone knows that. If you like what I do, want MP3s and tabs to all of the demo tracks, you can support directly by joining the Patreon community as well. Link in the cards. One more thing, we're pushing to 100K. We're at like 96,000 right now, which is crazy. There's gonna be a big giveaway at 100. So if you're watching the content, you're enjoying it, but you haven't subscribed yet, do me a favor. There's gonna be some really cool stuff up for grabs that I can't wait to give to you guys. So make sure you tick the notification bell while you're at it, that way you don't miss anything. You can also like the video. All these metrics actually really help out because I tell YouTube that my channel doesn't completely suck. Anyways, I think I've asked you to do enough shit now, so I appreciate that in advance. Let's jump into your next question. Have you seen Bill Kelliher's new signature? Yes, I have. So Bill Kelliher of Mastodon has a new guitar from ESP that he's teased on Instagram. It's a carved top Eclipse DC in Silverburst. It's not clear whether this is a new signature or not. From the wording of the post, new model instead of new guitar seems like it could be. And unlike other DCs I've seen, like Kirk Hammett's, both horns have kind of a front cutaway, which is pretty cool. It's unique to this guitar. I'll be honest with you guys though, I respect Bill Kelliher so much. I respect Mastodon so much. They're Atlanta boys as well. You gotta support the local homies. Bill Kelliher has some of the coolest LTD signature models. The Sparrowhawk, the BK600 is still probably my favorite LTD Eclipse ever. It has a 12-inch fingerboard radius like you get on ESPs instead of 14 inches, which is the LTD standard. Makes it feel very similar to the higher end version, or at least more similar to E2 than any other LTD. But this new DC, I don't know, I'm just not into this. Firstly, the Eclipse DC shape, in my opinion, looks very weird. In general, I think DC shapes look a bit off. They look more natural as flat tops, but overall, not my favorite shape. Interesting control scheme though, and who doesn't like a good Silverburst? It just works with any shape. Brent Hines and Bill Kelliher seem to play each other's guitars a lot, which you love to see. And this is like an ESP double cut version of Brent Hines' Silverburst Epiphone Flying V from a couple years ago. I mean, both of them just have great taste in guitars, don't they? Even back to Kelliher's Gibson days, yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of endings, but those signatures were classy as the Halcyon Les Paul, the Golden Axe Explorer. And this looks more similar to that traditionally classy vibe than the more modern military green satin stylings of his last two. So yeah, I love the vibe. The model overall though just isn't for me. What about you though? Silverburst Eclipse DC, yay, nay? And how do you like it compared to his previous signatures? Let me know what you're thinking. Would you play the new Dean ML? Dude, absolutely, no question. For real though, if there was like a Dean ironic series, like caddies or MLs with like pink unicorns and that would absolutely kill. I mean, just look how sought after the Squier Hello Kitty guitars are. I think Dean, with their edgelord shapes, are in a way uniquely poised to take the ironic metal market by storm. April Fool's Day kind of annoys me actually sometimes because there are a lot of sick guitar and video game announcements, which are the two things I'm really into. But especially this year, Dean was really good. Evan, if you're watching this one, dude, make it happen, please. You know you want to. Another one I'm sad isn't real is the PRS Sunset Sky. I mean, PRS already has a vintage Strat in the lineup. May as well add a vintage Telly while they're at it. It is, after all, the superior shape. Well, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just trying to stir shit. Nah, but actually, I really do like the Telly. So a PRS version, same neck specs and everything as the Silver Sky. Reverse 3x3 headstock. Yes, I'd be all over that. Yeah, they should totally do that after they do the import version of the Silver Sky, which, did you guys see the potential leak about that, by the way? Curious. And the last April Fool's guitar I wish was real is the Trogley signature Gibson. Les Paul Supreme, so carved on both sides with a staple P90 in the neck, the piezo on the bridge, floating bridge, trapeze tailpiece. It's like a combo of Black Beauty, Supreme, and Archtop all in one. It's like the ultimate Gibson Megazord. It's consumed the powers of all three and combined them into just one guitar. In all honesty though, even though this was like a bit of a joke, I think Gibson should do some sort of limited run. I have no idea how many Gibson Trogley has gotten people to buy, but it has to be a lot. And expensive ones too. And recently, it just seems like Gibson is out of ideas. I get that the guitars are selling well, production is still somewhat limited, and they kind of don't need to change anything. But something like this that pulls so many iconic Gibson elements and combines them into something completely new, basically exactly what Fender's doing with the Parallel Universe and Alternate Reality series, that's exciting. That's something that Gibson should be doing. And they're uniquely poised to do it. They're like one of only two companies that have this insanely long legacy to pull from and create these Frankenstein guitars with instantly identifiable elements. And I'm not saying they should make this particular combo, but for me, it actually works, and that's not easy to do. Case in point, Dean combined elements and ended up with the Cadillac, which is not a universally loved shape. In fact, it's very controversial. Or maybe Harley Benton can do something similar with the specs. It won't quite be Gibson custom shop level, but You know, could you imagine? What did you think of this year's April Fool's guitars? Are there any that you wished were real? Let me know in the comments. Now, of course, it's time to hear from yet another adoring fan. It's the high praise of the week. What a crap review, ... That was as informative as taking a dump, ... No tone samples, ... Nothing about the pots or wiring, ... Or if it had coil splits, etc., ... Nothing, ... Do your job, mate, instead of pushing your chugs, ... Another thing, ... A guitar is not all about how good it can chug. A guitar is not all about how good it can chug. Disagree. On to more positive things. Music recommendation of the week. Check out ERRA's entire new self-titled album. Oh my god, it is absolutely incredible from start to finish. Probably some of the craziest riffs, the grooviest, catchiest modern metalcore songs you'll hear all year. Already a contender for my favorite album of 2021. Incredible stuff. Start with Electric Twilight. I'll leave a link in the description. So good. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Askfish. If you enjoyed, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell. You don't want to be left out of this 100K giveaway. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. Make sure to join the Discord if you want your questions answered. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.